I know it. Just please, God, universe, send me the clients because like I know I'm here. Like I'm here. Bring them. But what's blocking me? And that in and of itself is like what I'm being called to do to help bridge that gap between that anxious mind, the anxious body, and the abundant life, the abundant business, the abundant body. And this show is going to be an easy way for you to tap into that vibration to become more of your own sovereign self. Hello and welcome back to another episode of not Witchy Wellness Radio, but the new name of Sovereign Self Show. This has been my baby for over the past 6 years of hosting different guests, speaking on various topics on how your body is not in the way, is actually leading the way. And while this is a huge part of my life, my foundation, my journey, it was time for a shift. I was feeling unmotivated. I kind of dreaded wanting to create witchy wellness content, and I realized I was doing it with the wrong intention. I was under the belief that because it was successful, because people liked what I was producing, I needed to keep doing it. And I realized this, and as soon as I did, I was like, all right, it's time for a death. And once that process began, I initially felt so relieved. I felt this expansive energy just explode, and the creativity, the urge, the desire, the fun to create instantly came back. And I've taken a few months off because honestly, it's been wonderful not producing and podcasting every week, but I wanted to give myself the time and the space to feel into this new creation, the Sovereign Self Show. The word sovereign is so much a part of me, a good reminder of our own divinity as humans. The word sovereign or sovereignty itself, the definition means to be the ruler of your kingdom, your life. I take it a step further, and it's the ruler of your own reality. We are these creator beings. We are gods in the flesh. So this intention behind this new rebrand of Witchy Wellness Radio is a reflection of me and how I've changed and how authentic this feels for me, but as a reminder for me, for all the fellow listeners, humanity, of how powerful we really are. That once we start our healing journeys and start to uncover these gifts and these parts of ourselves that we truly love, we want to give back. We want to heal. We want to serve others. And this is a reminder, your sovereign self is here leading the way, just like your inner being, God, the universe. The sovereign version of you knows the next step. The sovereign version of you is always leading the way to your biggest, wildest dreams, better than you could have ever imagined. So we get to step out of our victimhood, step out of the complaining, like life and everything is happening to me. And we get to step into being our own sovereign self, to creating that world that we know we are destined to be in, to create and be that true version of ourselves, the authentic version of ourselves, which knows every single thing is happening for her, which knows that everything is leading the way to all of her dreams, her purpose, her passion, the love, the abundance, the health, the clients, everything. And this show is here to remind you that, to share some of my own channeled vibrations, wisdom about this topic and how we can further step into our own sovereign selves, how we can step into our life of purpose. And the biggest shift from Witchy Wellness to Sovereign Self show. One, you're going to be seeing a lot more of me, just me speaking my heart, speaking my truth, being of service. And two, the main focus of the listener that I have in mind is a woman who wants to live her life of purpose, wants to share her gifts with the world. So the tagline for my mastermind, which is my group coaching program, also called Sovereign, and for this show is own your power, rule your reality, and live your life of purpose. And when we can do those three things, mountains move. We're even astounded about how good can it actually get. And the answer is it's endless. It's unlimited. We keep going and going and going and build this positive momentum. So my intention with this new show is it to be a place for you to come to listen, to just absorb these healing vibrations, to just allow yourself, allow your mind to relax, and allow that guidance in that maybe you were usually too busy to stop and listen to. Learning to really just soak in your own innate wisdom and power. Because the biggest cosmic irony is the more we can let go of our ego, that monkey mind, mostly through meditation at first, and just listen to God, the universe, source, your higher self, whatever you want to call it, the more you can actually be your unique expression of you in this world. Because we're so busy rushing to get nowhere, becoming somebody, doing all of the things that we think are the right things to do, pretending like we're trying to be somebody else. But the more we can authentically listen to our higher selves, to God, the more we can understand and feel what that intuition feels like in our body, what that authentic expression of ourselves feels like. So when we're in that state of alignment, of listening, and a thought, an idea, something creative pops in, we know where that actually came from. And we get to take action upon that. So this show is here to help guide you to your own wisdom, guide you to your own sovereign self. Because I know each of us are here with that feeling like we were here meant for more. Something has awoken inside of you, knowing that wisdom, that innate gift, that idea, that creative something, that passion has to be created, has to be shared with the world. And whether it's something that just happened or something that's been on your heart for years, maybe even decades, it doesn't matter. The time is now. The time is now to trust yourself. The time is now to honor yourself. The time is now to love yourself into creation. Because the reality is, the more that we can do this inner work, the more we can show up for ourselves first, the more we can pay attention and refine our own vibration, the more we can give back and radiate that magnificence into the world. The more that the abundance can flow to us. The more that love and those clients and the dream house and whatever else you want to create will flow to us. And that is what it means to be your sovereign self. A little bit about my journey from when I started this podcast 6 years ago to now. A lot has changed. When I first started this, I was just getting out of a relationship, finalized the divorce within a month before I started this podcast. And my intention with Witchy Wellness Radio at that time was to really have a space for others to share their wisdom with the world, and for me to practice being comfortable sharing my voice with the world, to honor my own power. And it was really difficult at first, recording that first episode, the pilot episode, just me talking, took a long time to record. I don't even know how short it was, like 5-10 minute episode, because I was second guessing every single thing coming out of my mouth, in my head. What am I going to do? What are people going to think of me? All of the freaking things. And over the years, once I finally got guests actually wanting to come on my show, and I didn't have to beg other people to come on my show, I started to get overwhelmed with the success, with, oh my gosh, I have to actually show up, and I have to show up in my power. So there were times where, I would get too anxious to even have a recorded interview. And this whole journey has really showed me what it's like to transform, what it's like to be seen, what it's like to share that part of you with the world at large. And all of those false beliefs, all of those thoughts, those blocks, or those witch wounds, being scared of being seen in your power, came up. And that in and of itself is why I also feel called to switch the name, the intention of the show, because I want to help those witches, those way showers, those light workers, those spiritual women who are here. They have these ideas, or maybe they don't know what they want to do, or maybe they've created their businesses, and they're just like, I know I can help so many people. I know it. Just please, God, universe, send me the clients, because I know I'm here. I'm here. Bring them. But what's blocking me? And that in and of itself is what I'm being called to do, to help bridge that gap between that anxious mind, the anxious body, and the abundant life, the abundant business, the abundant body. And this show is going to be an easy way for you to tap into that vibration, to take away useful tips every single week, to apply that to your own life, to become more of your own sovereign self. And spoiler alert, your own journey, your own healing journey, like I just briefly shared, is what you're here to help others with. You were your own target market. You are your own ideal client. And that transition from that part of you to, let's just say, the healed present version of you, it's your initiation to another part of a new journey, a furthering, continuing your journey to your sovereign self, to help hold that space for others, to have that own healing, growth, transformational process. And if you are interested in learning more on this topic, to receive a more in-depth transmission of a live healing somatic practice, and as well as opportunity for some free coaching, I'm hosting a free masterclass next Wednesday, a week from today, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, called Anxious Mind to Abundant Biz, where we're going to help you close that gap in between feeling anxiety, the resistance, the trying, why isn't this working, into being in that allowing state, that magnetic state, the receiving everything to flow right to you. Yes, we still take the action, but it's from this aligned place, guided from that sovereign self. I'm hosting this free masterclass next week. If you're listening to this and it's past the date, please click on the link below. There will be a replay, but I highly, highly, highly recommend joining live, because there will be, one, a free healing experience for all of us to somatically, or through our bodies, shift this energy, transmute this energy as a collective. And I'm also holding space for those who want to ask questions, to live kind of have those breakthroughs for everybody, how this actually applies in their life, which is priceless to be able to have in these quick, short, little breakthrough nuggets that can transform not only your life, but everybody listening live and through the replay. are going to help receive that wisdom, and knowledge as well. So that is it today for the first official episode of the Sovereign Self show. It's been such an honor to hold space with every single one of you the past 6 years. If you're new, welcome to the show. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, whether it's on YouTube, Apple, Spotify. I would be so grateful if you could write a review. This helps boost the algorithm and spread that beautiful, magnetic, loving energy through all of humanity. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I'll see you guys next week.